Well, hello everybody, how you doing today? What's up guys, Conwest15 here, just straight chilling with my very sexy Domo. Holy shit, so sexy. Holy shit, do you hear that shit? Oh my god. I've actually never poked my Domo before, and this is literally the first time you're witnessing this firsthand. Some firsthand POV action right here. But damn son, it's like freaking newspaper or some shit, like. It's not even soft, like I would expect Domo to be soft, you know what I'm saying? Like very sexy. But it's like, I swear there's like newspaper in this shit or something, like. Such a weird material in this bitch, like. Do you hear that shit? Like, literally, just hear that. Listen closely. Like, why does it make such a freaking loud noise? Like. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there. Yeah, fuck you, Domo. Anyways, but yes, all you guys have been on my very hard ever since the freaking ban list came out. I had like so many people asking me to make a deck profile, so here's an updated Mermail deck profile for the new format. The deck is still subject to change because, you know, I still need more testing, but this is a preliminary deck list and what I'm going off of so far. So, yes, without further ado, let's get on to the deck profile. Personally, I think this deck is one of the best rogue decks of this format, next to Stellar Knights. I think Stellar Knights might be a little bit more viable just because of the amount of floodgates they can side deck. And the new XYZ coming out is pretty freaking broken, so, yes. Anyways, Mermail definitely is a pretty good contender if you don't want to play the top 3 decks. So, yeah, if you like Mermail, you like the sexy mermaid bitches, you should, pick this shit up. The deck is really fun to play, and it's pretty skillful too, so if you want to get better at the game, you should play this deck. Anyways, here's the deck profile. So we play one title, one Big Daddy Raid, oh my god, the Big Shrong, and double Megalo. So, now that Gun's at 3, you know what I'm saying, so happy I had a big boner when I heard that one. Anyways, yeah, double Megalo is really, really good right now. Last format, I was running just one Megalo, which was, I think, in my opinion, the perfect number. But now, I think double Megalo is the best number because Gun's at 3, and you really need more discarding outlets in this deck now because, you just added 2 more cards to your discarding engine. So you want more discarding outlets to trigger your discarding fodder, if you will. So, yes. And I'm still liking the lead because, 2700 beat stick, it gets up there, up the hairy asshole. You know what I'm saying? It gets over Yazi, it gets over Shekanaga, gets over Dante, so, it gets over Virgil. So the 2700 beat stick does come up pretty often and gets up the hairy asshole, as I said. So, yes. And then we got the triple turtle bitches, and then we got the mermaid bitches, classic, you know what I'm saying? I personally still really like triple in. I know people are cutting it down to 2, but even opening multiple in, I don't really care because this card is just one of the best floaters in the game. Searches anything in the deck. I don't understand why people are cutting it down to 2. Then we got the triple very sexy pike. And then one Turge. So last format, Turge was just absolute ass. I just cut it from my build completely because this card is just so much of a dead draw. But now with triple Gun, this card is just really, really good. Gun basically makes this card completely viable for this format. But I still wouldn't play more than one. Because even the Turge itself is recyclable through guns. And this recycles your guns. So it's kind of like a loop. But for the most part, this card is really, really viable now. And I love Turge. The Pike Turge combos kind of just make the deck. And then lastly, we got the triple gun. The clownfish girl, you know what I'm saying? So sexy. Ooh, my good. I swear they freaking censored titties on this one. I don't really want to see clownfish titties anyways, but yeah, fuck you, Konami. For the Atlanteans, we play the 1 Dragoons, the double Marksman, and double Infantry. I wouldn't play more than this because you're already playing quite a bit of discarding fodder with the triple gun. So, yes, I would just play 5 Atlanteans at max. You can even cut one of these, but yeah, I personally like them because they're all technically +1s, but yes, we got the 5 Atlanteans. And it's true that everything is chainable nowadays in terms of back row, so you might think that playing Marksman is kind of useless, but however, Marksman is actually very, very key, especially even in the Burning Abyss matchups, because just summoning a freaking Pike, having nothing on the field, or having very little cards on the field, and ditching Marksman and hitting like a Fire Lake or something, it forces out the activation of their power cards like Fire Lake and, Wing Blast and shit like that. So, yeah, this card basically just forces out traps that they don't want to activate at a certain time. It's also pretty good in the Shadow matchup, popping the Falco, shit like that. So, yeah, Marksman's pretty good. Next, we have the Undyne engine. We pray the double Undyne and double Controller You know, they still communicating, they doing the dating, the so sexy, doing the very sexy, dirty thing in the bedroom. Holy shit. Gen X Undyne, too sexy for the Asian. But anyways, yeah. I still like 2 and 2 because this card is just ridiculously good. I know some people are playing 1-1, but I really recommend this ratio because this card is just an inherent +2, to be honest. And plus, if you open this plus Allure, you kind of just win this game. So, but yes. And Controller is actually really good too. It's a very key card in the Burning Abyss matchup, being able to go into Yazi and YuGiOh. So yeah, Controller is also pretty good. And yeah, just double Undyne, double Controller. You can dump the Dragoons, you can dump the title, and if you want spot removal, you can dump the Atlanteans. So yes, this card is just amazing. So I would always play this ratio. Lastly, you play one Aqua Spirit to round out the monsters. I like this card a lot because it's also really key in the Burning Abyss matchup. Burning Abyss is the hardest matchup for this deck. That's why I keep talking about it, by the way. This card just facilitates your Dweller plays, which are huge against Burning Abyss, and also your level 7 Synchro plays. Next, for the spells, we play double MST. I really actually hate this card in this deck because it has no synergy with this deck. Like, I'd rather just draw into like an Atlantean, but this card is still very, very key because, you know, you kind of need this card to beat the Clifford matchup. And Vanity's Emptiness has the potential of really hurting this deck, so you kind of have to play MSTs in the main. I thought about cutting it down to 1, but I felt kind of unsafe because there are times where like you have to resolve a Teus or something in order to get your combos off. And Vanity's Emptiness just kills the deck at those times, so I felt like maining double MST is kind of necessary. So yes, we play double MST. We got the 1 Allure. This card is just amazing with the Gen X controller. So if you open like this and Undyne, you plus so much, it's ridiculous. And also, considering you always go second with this deck, or at least I always go second with this deck, having Undyne plus Allure just puts you ahead so hard. And even if you don't have Undyne in your hand, pretty much the whole entire deck essentially gets you to Undyne. If you want to get to Undyne, so this card's like live so often. So yes, the Allure. We got the Repairin. Oh my god. Now with Triple Gun, this card is much, much more live, and it's actually extremely good in this deck right now. Being able to recycle your guns, making Megalos live, and, you know, recycling Undynes and, you know, infantries is just really good. So I recommend playing the 1 Salvage. I wouldn't play more because it does get cloggy. You don't really want to open multiples of it, so yes. And then we played the 1 Book of Moon. I freaking love this card. It's one of my favorite cards in the game right now. It's just so versatile. It has so many purposes, and against Burning Abyss, it's just the nuts. Like, literally, this is my favorite card in the main deck against Burning Abyss. So crazy, oh my god. And 1 Regeki. This just really facilitates your OTKs because this deck can OTK pretty easily now with Triple Gun. So playing the Regeki just facilitates that. And also, it turns off like Fire Lake, for example. Now for the traps, we played very sexy. Triple Sphere. 1 Warning, 1 Compulse, Breakthrough, and then some discarding outlets. We got Karma Cut and Wing Blast. So yes, that's it for the traps. Breakthrough skill is cuttable, I would say. It's a 41 card deck right now, so I guess you could cut Breakthrough maybe, but I really like this card right now, especially in the rogue matchups, like against the Stella Knights and shit like that. Breakthrough skill is really, really key, so yeah, and also stopping Dweller with Breakthrough is really good too. And although this card does suck ass against Clifford, it does have its uses. You know, if there's something like a Shell or something, you just cannot get over it, you can just break through it, and then like you can pop it with infantry or something and just like OTK him. So even then, breakthrough skill is pretty good. So I'm liking the 1 breakthrough skill in the main. 1 Wing Blast and 1 Karma Cut. Pretty versatile. I really like these cards. And basically you can just discard Gund and just get more combos going. So for the extra deck, we play 1 Gorz token. This is just so when your opponent attacks directly, you reveal the Gorz token and make them think twice. So yes. We play the sexy ballsack tokens, if you will. And then for the real black cards, we play 1 Sirenide Biscayos, the 1 Draco Ballsack, the not Asian big eye, and the Master of Blades. Master of Blades is like a win condition almost against Burning Abyss, so, but yes, this backed up with like a trap is just like, you kind of just win, so, but yes, this card is very hard to get over for them. They have to make some pretty shitty XYZs to get over it, like Acid Golem. Blades is really good, it makes it so they have to make horrible plays. And then we got the 101, the 1 Castell. I'm playing double Dweller right now. This is kind of controversial maybe, but this is so key in the Burning Abyss matchup. It's like ridiculous. And plus, with Triple Gun and Aqua Spirit, you can like spam out rank 4s pretty easily now with this deck. And yeah, double Dweller is just so good in my opinion. And, you know, boosting everything up 500, it helps with OTKs as well. So I'm playing double Abyss Dweller, and I cut the Exciton for it actually. Like, I never actually made Exciton in this deck. And it's true that Exciton is really good against Cliff Fort, but that's the only matchup that it's good against. And I have Black Rose to blow up the field anyways, so yes. Next we got the Squallow Bahamut, we got the Abyss Trite, and the one Leviair. Leviair is the nuts in this deck. Is, you know, bringing back an Abyss Pike and triggering the effect is really big. Even bringing back like a controller that was removed for Allure is also extremely good against Burning Abyss. Because controller is actually a huge threat against Burning Abyss. It's actually really funny. It's like you summon controller and they just have to deal with it. Otherwise, they have to deal with like a Leo or Yazi or some shit like that, which they don't want to deal with. And then for the synchros, we play the one Leo, the one Schwarzer, and then the one Yazi and Gungnir. So yes, I really like Gungnir even more now. Gun's at 3, so it helps you deal with established boards even better now, because most of the time you'll be discarding guns and shit like that and triggering the effect. So Gungnir is really good, and obviously that's good against Burning Abyss. Leo's always a bitch because it keeps them trees sacred. Alright, for the side deck, we play double Max C. Then we got the triple Flying C. Like, seriously, this card should just be called Flying D, because literally, you're just giving your opponent the freaking D when you drop this card. Like, shit. You're literally just shoving the D up their ass when you drop this card. So, yes, this literally should be called Flying D. But anyways, all that aside, this card is amazing against Burning Abyss. So basically, like, your side deck is your best friend for beating Burning Abyss, because that is your toughest matchup. So yes, so we play the 5 Cs, and it should be 2 Cs, the 3 Ds, but whatever. For spells, we play one system down. Basically, I know this card is not all that effective against Cliff Fort, but you just want to clear fields, to be honest. It's just another Regeki that's just better because it removes everything. Sometimes having to deal with like a Tribute Summon, Disc, or Shell is just a pain in the freaking ass, so just one card out to everything, and you can just like swarm and try to win that turn, OTK them. It's pretty good. Pretty easy to OTK Cliff Forts because they usually add such low life, paying for scouts and, you know, skill drains, shit like that. Then we play the third MST, the double Spell Shattering Arrow, just more Cliff Fort hate because I hate Cliff Forts. And triple Fee Wind, more Cliff Fort hate and just Floodgate hate, so it's pretty good. And then lastly we have the double Shadow Mirror for Burning Abyss and Shadows, and one non-fusion area for Shadows, and when heroes come out. Anyways, that's it for my very sexy mermaid bitch deck profile. So yes, please like the video, dump a comment, and subscribe for more Asian.